So I'm Rob Frampton, former strongman, did 22 years, trained a lot with Ed, did lots of competitions with Ed, got him ready for his 500 kilo deadlift. We've been good friends for probably 15, 17 years. And I first heard about him doing what he was going to do, the arm wrestling, pretty much similar to you guys. Neil gave us a call and stuff, and obviously got in touch with Ed, and I was super excited.
When it first got mentioned to you on the phone, you was like, yeah, anything, yeah, I'm there, tell me when, as, where and when. Why is that, mate?
Well, that's because he's one of my best mates. He did amazing, as you can see the trophy behind you, world's strongest man, with the 500 kilo deadlift. Anything he puts his mind to, he's triumphant, he wins, and he's a champion. So in order to spur him on, I'll do anything I can to give him that little bit extra, like on the tables that we've been doing the last couple of weeks, I can do that.
Tell a little bit about your transition from strongman into arm wrestling. How was the journey for you?
It was great. I mean, I've known Neil probably 20 years. I did a little competition about 14 years ago while I was waiting for a back injury from strongman. I had something wrong with my lower lumbar area, so I saw that there was a competition that Neil was running up in Derby, I think, and I went and did the novice and pulled both left and right and won the left and came second on the right, and then physio gave me the all clear and went back to strongman because that was my absolute passion. And then about 4 years ago, I think I needed sort of to give up strongman because of all, injuries and niggles and stuff, but I needed something to apply my kind of work ethic. I can't just sit on my backside and do nothing. I need to do something. I need to go in the gym and do something to, it's a means to an end. I can't just train, it's not right. So I thought I'd pick up from where I left off all those years ago and get back with arm wrestling. So that's kind of where I am. So I've done a few, good few competitions. Did a Yorkshire title about a month ago, which was good fun. I love it. It's very, very similar to strongman with kind of like with the brethren, like the family of it and the whole bits and pieces with it. It's very niche, which I love. And it's man on man, which I really enjoy. Very similar to strongman. You're the person that's either lifting the weight. Or
very similar to Neil. Neil likes man on man.
Well, so I've heard, but obviously these rumours are probably just rumours. So we can't go on that, can we, James? But yeah, I love it. I really, really, and like with strongman, all the bits, I've gone into it 100%. So everything now is, everything's diverted and drawn towards my arm wrestling now.
The DOMs, the pains, the seasoning. How do you find it coming from another sport across? Because obviously you were very successful in strongman. A lot of the core elements are already there. A lot of the strengths are already there. How was the journey? Was it frustrating, the transition into getting the strength from your other sport, from all your other training, and getting it on the table?
Yeah, it was kind of frustrating, also humbling, because I'm pulling with, Neil and I have had, gripped up and we've got bits and pieces, and he showed me a vast amount of bits and pieces over the last couple of years. But training with the Leeds boys and stuff, you've got 75, 80 kilo guys there, which have been doing it a long more time, and they are going through me. So it's a great analogy what Neil spoke to me a good few years ago about being, I've got the V8, I've got the engine there, but I need a way of understanding how the tyres work and the gearbox works to put the power on the road. And that is what I'm still learning now, and I think I'll carry on learning that for the next, I don't know how many years, but I love the journey through it, so to speak. I think it's fantastic. The DOMs are always going to be there. I was used to that with the 20 odd years of strongman, but they're more centred into one kind of area really. But I love it. I live for it. I love it. I think it's just great, just having that little bit extra bit and learning little bits and pieces on the table and off the table. I think it's fantastic. Really, really good. Love it.
Got one for you, Rob. So at the moment, with the match with Eddie and Brian, obviously you know both men very well. You know the strengths, you know the weaknesses, and you can probably see a path how that applies to the sport of arm wrestling. What's your opinions in this Eddie has no chance thing? Everybody seems to think Eddie's got no chance. Do you agree?
Yeah. Well, firstly, Ed wouldn't apply himself or sign anything if he didn't have a chance. Brian's a big guy, a huge guy, a monster of a chap, lovely guy. You know, 4 times world's strongest man. You know, we can't take that away from him. But like I just said, this is a different game, a different sport, and it's a different technical piece because it's on the table and technique's key. And I think what we've all learned over the last couple of weeks is the technicalities that you've kind of installed into Ed. And he's had that power, you know, like we refer to as the engine. Now he's getting the wheels, and his wheels are looking pretty good at the moment because the last couple of weeks, even the sessions that we've been doing, all of us together, he's come on leaps and bounds. It's unbelievable, but you know, and I'm saying this in a shocked way because I'm not, because I know Ed, and I know he puts his mind to it, and that's him. He's on it, and this session today showed just how much he's learned from the Friday or the couple of days we did last week. It was unbelievable, and it's for him, and you can see it's like a light bulb moment. It's like, oh right, I get it, because he's now going in the lanes which he really, really likes.
Now, if you look at Brian, 6'8", 400 pounds, super long forearm. He's got all the advantages in the world, doesn't he? Are there any advantages that Eddie Hall brings into this? Where would you see that, from what you've seen, from what you've experienced, from what you've been around this last couple of weeks, any advantages for Eddie? What can Eddie do better than Brian?
Well, there's an old advert that used to have as a kid about road safety, and that's speed kills. And his speed is unbelievable for a big guy, 160 plus kilos. But unbelievable how he can move. And I think that's a great transition from all his fighting he's been doing. He does that 4, 5, 6 days a week, hours and hours and hours. And he grinds that and comes and does these hours. We've been here 3 hours and he's still doing it. He's still, you know, banging away at what he's doing. I think from that, his aggression and his speed through his fighting has literally come onto the table because his speed is phenomenal.
Now, a couple of weeks ago, about a week ago, we saw Brian Shaw put his first mock super match against a state puller from the USA, Chris Kaufman. Experienced guy, great guy, not at his peak anymore, but certainly a journeyman. He's been around the game for a long period of time. You've been feeling what Eddie Hall is capable of in training. Do you believe that Eddie Hall could go out into Britain now and beat real arm wrestlers, experienced arm wrestlers?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, the video showed, you know, Brian doing what he wants to really do, but in my opinion, he still looks very wooden in what he's doing. His approach is very wooden. He's only got a few sort of areas where he feels safe and happy to go, where I think we've seen lots and lots of areas where Ed's very, very happy to go. His strengths have just, you know, amassed. They're just fantastic. And I think it's going to be really, really difficult on the day for Brian to even get him anywhere near his comfortable, you know, lane to get him in, because he's not gonna have it. He's too quick off the start, and he'll bury himself in that pad. He's quite happy just to hold and just bleed him out.
So, looking straight down the lens, mate, if you had to give a message to the people out there, I mean, we heard Lawrence Shackley the other day say that he felt that Brian should win comfortably. He's a massive favourite. Do you think these guys are missing something? Do you think they're not aware of just what's coming from Eddie Hall?
I think you are kind of forgetting that there's 2 people in this match, and you're all getting a little bit overconfident with one person because he's done a little bit more. But I think it's great that Ed's just staying under the radar, because I think that's Ed very, very good at what he's doing. He's staying under the radar and he's staying very, very dangerous, because no one knows. There's only a few people that know what he's doing, and what he's doing is beautiful. So stay tuned, keep watching, keep thinking what you're thinking, and wait for the night.
Arm Wars is the home of arm wrestling.
It is the pinnacle.
Arm Wars gives you the ability to dig deep.
Where arm wrestling glory is made.
You get to show who you really are.
A step in the right direction for the sport.
Where so many of us come to test ourselves.
Arm Wars isn't the same as other promotions.
Ultimate bloodbath on an arm wrestling table.
I don't care who you are, if you're extremely good or not.
You're for sure going to war.
6 rounds. Lots of ways to show dominance.
If you're not tough, guys, maybe Arm Wars.
The whole world's watching.
Go to Arm Wars.
It's an arena like no other.
It started here.
Check out Arm Wars.
Subscribe, watch the fights, enjoy the arm wrestling.